Hey! Weekly, no, not weekly meta reviews. God damn it, I get it mixed up. Game Pulse here with a discussion, flat out discussion about the final evolutions for the starters in Pokemon X and Y, which are coming out very soon, October 12th to the 3DS,
which is a week.
This is like this Saturday. Next Saturday, according to Sam. So I mean,
in the U.S.
Did they get officially released, or did they?
They were leaked. At first, there was a lot of speculation whether they were fake or not, but through videos and pictures that I've seen, I don't know how someone would go about faking such a convincing video of Froakie's final evolution. There was a video of the evolution, but I'm not sure how someone would go about faking that. So as far as I know right now, they're all pretty much, sort of. They I guess they're real.
We'll put a picture of it during this. So, yeah. So if we're wrong about this, you can just slap our nuts and say it's fuck. I don't know what that meant. What do you think, Keith?
Now I've been trying to get back into Pokemon lately. I haven't really kept up with it much since the 3rd generation, and at least my opinion, like, I know the game's gonna be good because I heard a lot of good things about it, but looking at the 3 starters and their evolutions, it's almost in a way proving my biased judgment of how Pokemon has been. Is that they're running out of ideas. I don't know their names, so I know that there's the Fox one, who's the fire type, and he's, or she, whatever. Its evolution, for all of them, I feel, the first 2 evolutions kind of make sense. Like, the first evolution makes sense. And then the 3rd one makes some huge leap that usually, all except for what's the frog one called?
Froakie?
Yeah. For the first one, that's the only one that makes sense. All the other ones, like, the fox turns into, it gets a dress. And the other one turns into some, rock-looking thing. It starts off as, a chipmunk, and I'm just like, it kind of, in a way, said, yeah, they're running out of ideas, and it's not like back when you would get, I don't know, Cyndaquil or something. I was excited for him because he was kind of cool and he was interesting, or Trico or somebody like that. It was some of the cool ones that kind of came up in the first 3 generations, and I'm not feeling that right now. It's not going to kill the game for me, but I mean, it's going to make it difficult, at least at first, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, these final evolutions, they kind of blow balls. I looked at, with each generation of the new starters, after the 3rd one, the first 3 are just flawless with the starters in my mind. But after, the 4th one and the 5th one, at first I was just like, meh, I don't know how good these are. But then you play them and they're really fun. They're just as fun as the other ones, especially the ones in black and white. But these, I'm sure once you start playing with them, you train them up and stuff, get them better moves and all that good stuff that is great about Pokemon, then I'm sure they'll be fun to play with, but they're not appealing to look at. Like Keith, I like the 2nd evolutions, maybe not the ones for Chespin. He's kind of just a fat squirrel thing. I don't really know. But it's just the last evolution for Fennekin, the fire starter, just is god-awful. Just compared to the first 2 evolutions. It reminds me of some psychic Pokemon from the 2nd or 3rd, maybe 4th generation. But I forget. God damn it. But it just completely breaks the feels that's going on with it. The one for Froakie isn't bad, and the one for Chessman isn't awful, but it's still not the best. He's like some big, tall, powerful bitch. I don't know. But they're just not the best. I mean, you look at, Skeptile, or Snivy, or Typhlosion, or Blastoise, or something. They're just great final evolutions. You feel that you just really just you're glad that you trained your Pokemon to evolve and become its final evolution. With these, I almost don't know about them. I mean, I don't know. They're just not the best, but I'm sure they'll be fun to use in all that stuff, like starters usually are. Whenever I play Pokemon, I always have at least one starter with me throughout pretty much the entire journey. So now we get to Sam. Pokemon expert at the Game Pulse, head of Department of Pokemon.
To begin with, I definitely feel what Keith is saying and what Tyler's saying. What Tyler's saying to begin with is that eventually, you start playing the games, they're fun, regardless of what the, starters are, what some of the Pokemon look like. They're fun. It's Pokemon. And going off of what Keith said is that he just feels that there's a bit of a... he doesn't quite see the connection between some of the evolutions.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of base my my problems, you could say, with some of these. Regardless, the game comes out, I'm going to pick one of these three fellows, and I'm going to have fun with it. But based on what they look like, now, Froakie, the frog. I'll start with this one, but I'll allude to something. I'm going to go back to something here. Throughout Pokemon, the evolutions have always, had some type of theme. Whereas Charmander has been a lizard throughout. Sceptile has been a sort of lizard reptile thing throughout. Even Torchic has been a chicken throughout its evolution. And I feel that Froakie is the only one that really follows suit. Froakie is a frog. Its second evolution is a slightly bigger frog. The third evolution is an even bigger frog. I feel that one makes sense to me. The thing that doesn't make sense about the Froakie evolution is that Greninja is the final evolution, or at least that's what I think the name is. Until all this is confirmed, it's not 100% true, but it's leaning that way. I don't see where Ninja comes into play with the first two of the evolution. I just don't see it. Maybe if it was like Froakie had like a, I don't know, just to be comical, if it had like nunchucks or something, I could see it eventually becoming Greninja, Frog Ninja type of Pokemon. But from what I see, Froakie is just small. It doesn't have much of a character about it. It's small and cute looking like a lot of the first of the evolutions. The second one, sorry if I butcher some of the second evolution's names, Froggator, it looks like a more relaxed frog. And I did not see a ninja frog coming along. It is a bit of a, throwing me a curveball, but I'll admit Froakie's evolutionary chain is it makes the most sense to me. Fennekin is a small, cute-looking fox, like how a first evolution should be. And then it goes into Brazen, I think. And from what I got from Fennekin originally, I thought maybe the next Arcanine, a four-legged, big fox-looking thing. That's where I thought it may be going, but Brazen came along, and suddenly it's on two legs now. And I'm thinking, maybe it looks like fire fighting, maybe? I think fox, sly like a fox, quick like a fox, agility, speed, it's fox-like. And then I get thrown the second biggest curveball of here, Greninja being the third. The second biggest curveball I've been thrown here is that suddenly it takes away what I thought a fox would become. And it's a large Gothitelle looking Pokemon that looks like some type of mystic. It's part psychic, and I didn't see that coming at all. I know they've already done firefighting with Torchic, Combuskin, Blaziken, that whole thing. But fire psychic, I didn't see that coming. And with the dress looking thing, I didn't see that coming at all. compared to the first two of the evolution, Delphox, which is the third, looks very stationary. It looked very like there's not a lot of movement with it. With Fennekin, with Brazen, it looks like there's movement. Looks like Brazen reminds me of Lucario in ways. You know, agile, you know, quick. There's speed there. But Delphox looks so not what I expected. It didn't carry over to what I thought it would be, and that threw a curveball. Delphox is okay. I can see myself kind of getting used to Delphox. Greninja is the one that I'm most okay with, and last but not least is Chespin through Chestnut. And Chestnut is Chestnut. I think it's a kind of a, you know, a decent name for what, you know, the Pokemon are. When Chespin first was released, I thought, okay, a goofy little squirrel chipmunk thing, some type of forest creature with a little acorn hat on. I'm thinking, alright, forest theme here. It evolves into Quilladin, sorry if I butcher the name again, which is a slightly chunkier little squirrel chipmunk, what seems to be in a bit of a shell, and is developing ears maybe, spikes, to which I thought the final evolution would become a Typhlosion type of Pokemon. At least the stature, the size, the appearance. Not fire, of course. Substituting the fire on Typhlosion with quills, you know, to go with a porcupine look, maybe, forest creature. Get some claws there, like maybe Drillbur's claws. You know, have it be lanky, kind of bent over like Typhlosion. Something along the forest creature type of thing. Have it look like a bigger squirrel. Maybe not so beaver-like, but, you know, in the same realm. I'm thinking, okay, judging by the first two. Now, the biggest curveball that has been thrown to me, it's way outside of the strike zone in my opinion, is that it evolves into something. If you look at Chespin and Quilladin, they have short, sort of stumpy arms, they have short, you know, squirrel, chipmunk-like legs. This thing comes along, it looks almost robotic, humanoid, and the shell on its back, if it is a shell, looks like shoulder pads that a linebacker would wear in the NFL. And it looks so robotic, cyborg if you will. The arms are longer. It has long arms now. With the colors have changed because Chespin, the first two, had brown arms, and now it's green and what looks like white, maybe tan arms with brown claws. The color scheme has changed. The legs too. The legs are white now, and they did have claws on the feet, like I was sort of hoping, but the overall image of what Chestnut is just, it isn't what I thought. The face looks different. Comparing it to the first two, I thought it may have had brown fur, maybe some tan fur, like Chespin. But the color scheme has changed. It just wasn't what I thought. And it's too big and robotic, and there's such an absence of a link there to me. As what Keith was saying before, I don't make the connection to that at all. Maybe if Quilladin was a little different, if it looked like it was going to open up into a big robotic looking thing, then maybe I would have seen the link and I would be more okay with it. But I don't see the link there. I don't see how it goes from short fat little squirrel up to like big hulking beast thing. It makes little to no sense to me. And while I'm going to play the games and most likely pick Froakie and Fennekin, if I did pick Chespin, I would not let him evolve into the final evolution because I don't like the way it looks. Maybe it's powerful, maybe it has a lot of attack, maybe it's cool, maybe it's the best Pokemon to have on your team. The look of it is something that is big in Pokemon. You know, when you first discovered Pokemon, your favorite ones were the ones that looked coolest to you. And this just, it does not look cool to me. And not to be one of those people that will be quick to denounce any type of new Pokemon, but it is very overdone in illustration compared to the older Pokemon, where Charizard was so relatively basic. Blastoise too. even for Alligator, the final evolutions, they didn't have all these, you know, futuristic sort of look to them. Even Generation 5, that would be Superior, even Embor. They looked right, kind of, and this is just a huge leap. And I'm not sure how I'll feel about it, if there are alternate forms or not, but so far I'm not okay with Chestnut very much. I don't think that I want to play as that. And Chespin had a lot of potential to evolve into something cool, because as goofy as it looks to begin with, you think the final evolution is going to be something cool, something that I'll like, and to me, I'm not feeling it. And it went in order of ones that I like the most to the least, being Greninja, Delphox, and then Chestnut. And that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Sam pretty much said everything.
Yeah. I mean, Froakie, his evolution looks okay, as I would expect it to be. Frogs throughout. Fennekin looking more of an agility type of Pokemon, having some speed, turns into what looks like a stationary fortune teller fox. And I could see, you know, the flame sort of fur coming out of the ears, the face, that translates into Delphox. And the whole frog body, the stance and everything, that translates into Greninja. But nothing about Chespin translates into the final evolution. I am so disappointed with that. And I know some people have been saying that, oh, it's cool, you know, once you get used to it. I can't get over it. I do not like it. This is maybe one of the only Pokemon in the history of Pokemon thus far that I have had such a, you know, you could say problem with. It's just, it looks ridiculous. And that's my final word on it.
You mad, bro?
Nah, we'll see when Pokemon comes out. Pokemon games.
Pokemon X and Y comes out October 12th.
In the U.S.
Sam will be reviewing that shit then, and we'll have a lot more Pokemon videos coming up towards the end, around when it comes out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe as always for more awesome shit. Thanks for watching. See you later.